Start recording. All right. Well, thank you again. Thank you everyone for coming on today to our like-minded nationwide webinar. We are really excited to have Sherry and her team on today talking about a brand new pre-construction condo hotel in Madeira Beach. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. And Sherry, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and everyone else?
Sure.
All
Thank
right.
you. Again, my name is Sherry Keenan. I'm a real estate agent with Century 21 Bagans on Madeira Beach. We have several offices throughout the area, over 400 agents. But in particular on Madeira Beach, we've been doing a lot of new construction, new building. And I've been part of the team under development for new projects in Madeira Beach. I've been really excited because that's my background. So it's kind of neat to be joined up with Jeff Bagans on the beaches and doing these projects. This project is the pinnacle. I call this the cherry on the cake. I love this project because we've been reinvigorating Madeira Beach. We've built Cambria Hotel. We've built condominiums. Also in downtown Madeira Beach. Jeff is going to go through all of that, but I've been really excited to be part of this. I will share with you, I'm also invested in the project. I'm a part owner. And the people I'm introducing you today will also be the principals. So you're getting it from a bird's eye view of how this project developed and where it's going. So you've shared with me some of where you guys are at. So that's good to know where you live. How many of you, can you raise your hand, are familiar with what a condo hotel is? Although I can't see any hands.
They're
Um,
going up.
okay. So a lot of people always have questions. Is a condo hotel a timeshare? And no, it's not a timeshare. It is clearly not a timeshare. A condominium, you own the condominium just like any other condominium you own. The only difference is it's being run like a hotel and it's being managed by a hotel management company. So, and you get to share in the revenue of the rentals in the condominium that you live in. But you own it 100%, it's deeded in your name, and you're responsible for your condo unit. So, but what this is, this condominium hotel that we're building is a Marriott Autograph Collection. How many here are Marriott Bonvoy members and are familiar with the Autograph Collection?
I am.
Is almost everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell if that's a yes or not, but because I can't see the response, but
I am not familiar. If you want
okay.
to dive in.
We'll cover it.
Well, we're gonna cover Marriott's presence, but it is not far flung for me to say that Marriott has the largest reservation system in the world. It's got timeshares, hotels, condo hotels. It's out there. I've been associated with Marriott actually for over 20 years because I'm from the Maryland area, so I'm very familiar with Marriott. And it has a strong international and global presence. It also has a very strong high luxury presence. And Teresa is going to share some of that with you as well, about what Marriott has to offer. So when you're looking at a condo, now the way a condo hotel works is it does have a
That's on,
limitation.
on Wednesday.
A condo hotel does have a limitation on whether a unit owner can live in it for a certain period of time. And in Florida, the maximum period is 3 months. It doesn't have to be contiguous, but the maximum time they could stay there is 3 months. And the rest of the time, it needs to be rented out. Doesn't mean you have to. In fact, we have a lot of people who are investors in this project, and they have no intention of living in it at all. They're doing it strictly for investment. But also, if you're in Tampa, you can come for a weekend and stay in your hotel. So it's kind of a cool thing. So, so what does this kind of hotel offer, and how does it set apart from the rest? And that's what Jeff is going to talk to you about. So I'm going to yield the floor to him.
Very good. Thank you, Sherry. Thanks everybody for your time today, the live and the Facebook replays as well. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and jump right in. All right. I'm going to start with the big picture, right? Not that big. I guess we don't need to go any bigger than that. So here's where we are. I know we got people on the call and watching from all over the country, if not world, at this stage. So Florida is obviously the king of tourism, and the west coast of Florida is booming. Right. So I think a lot of you guys know we're all investors minded people on the call right now. And I think you guys all know Cascade Funds and Bill Gates and Jeff Vinnick and those guys put about $2 billion in Tampa. And then the whole Tampa DMA, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, is what we're talking about. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Sarasota, this whole booming demographic is such a powerful one because as you guys as investors know, underneath everything is the dirt. Like what are you investing in is the area. And this Tampa Bay market is just booming with so many different cylinders. I would say it's like an engine with different pistons firing up and down. We've got central command from the military, joint forces, all commanders and generals on site here. You got Jabil Circuits, makes iPhone components. You've got Raymond James International Headquarters. And then you have tourism, 27 miles of beach line right here. And then everything, just to the two closest ports to the Panama Canal. We've got so many different triggers of employment and just for economic boom, which is phenomenal. So where we're talking about here is where I actually live, and I think Sherry mentioned it earlier. We have I'm a broker of Century 21 Beggins and BE3 and another list with Beggins in Tampa, and we have collectively now about 750 salespeople around the whole all of Florida, all the Pensacola, Panama City, Tallahassee, all the way down to the Keys, Miami, Orlando, and so I'm fortunate to be able to live wherever I want, and I live in Madeira Beach. And for a lot of reasons, it's just a really cool town. About 4,000 people, 4 million visitors, which makes it very, very unique. And the 4 million visitors is what we're going to zero in on tonight. So if you haven't ever been here, we're right in Pinellas County, which is the most densely populated county in the state of Florida. Why? Because it's awesome and there's waterfront everywhere and it's beautiful. And we're about 30 minutes from Tampa International Airport, 30 minutes from St. Pete Clearwater International Airport, and traffic is never a problem because we have a ton of different ways to get to the interstates. So what's interesting about Madeira Beach is this little section down here, and it's called Johns Pass Village. And if you're not from the Tampa Bay area, it's one of the top 10 tourist destinations in the state. And
I don't see the map. Wait a minute.
Are you
Does
not seeing the
anyone
map
see the
right
map
now?
here? Yeah, I don't see a map.
I don't see it either.
Oh, the whole time I've been kind of sharing to myself, I guess, over here. I see
Yes.
what's happening there. Well, fine. Let me fix that problem. Thank you for letting me know that. So you see nothing right now?
See nothing.
Well, good to know. Good to know. Let me get back to our.
I see everybody's names on the screen, but I don't see the map.
Right, I'm doing share screen.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, it's
Eric, is that
it's not
something in
letting me
your?
sharing
I
permissions.
yeah. Do you have? Does it say you have permissions?
Share the screen.
There,
How about now?
there you go.
All right, let's
All right,
try
now we
that.
just need to get you.
How about that? We have a map.
Yay. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys are like, what in the heck is this guy talking about? So what I was doing is I kind of zoomed in from the state of Florida all the way down into Tampa Bay and into this little section where we have Central Command military over here. You've got all the different areas. We have 27 miles of beach. So tourism is by far the number one driver. So in the center of the beaches between St. Pete and Clearwater Beach is Madeira Beach. Madeira Beach is the joy here is Johns Pass Village. And there's 4 million visitors a year come to this little one section every single year. And if you haven't been here, it's really cool. About 130 shops, bars, restaurants, floating tiki bars, parasails, jet skis, boat rentals, fishing charters, shark boats, pirate ships, all the stuff you want. And people have a blast coming down here. And I'm fortunate enough to live right around the corner, and I really love this area. So, but what we're lacking are nice accommodations. So we've been redeveloping Madeira Beach for quite a while. And this property here is the one we're talking about today. So it's a 7.5 acre parcel that we assembled and put together. There were 14 different property owners that we put together. And this is about a 12-year ago process. And so we got this all rezoned and put it all together as a Madeira Beach Town Center master plan special overlay district rezoning and a PD zone for those of you who are geek out development like I do. That's what we did. So what it is when you come over onto the mainland, you come right down onto the corridor here, and which is Tom Stewart Causeway 150th and then Gulf Boulevard. And Gulf Boulevard is right at the beautiful beach. So this parcel is 7.5 acres. We had a Cambria Hotel was phase one. Phase two is 38 unit. The Harbor Condos. Phase three is the residences. Phase four is the BEACHMAKER, which is connected to this 515-foot beachfront spot right here. And then the next phase is the BEACHMAKER Marina, which is coming in behind it with a nice little marina building there. So background for you guys, I want you guys to think about what you're buying. I want you to put your hotel owner hat on, right? Because in essence, you would be when you buy one of these. So when we bought this land free and clear a long time ago, and we always knew the density. We got it zoned for this. We have 171 units of density, about 40,000 square foot of retail. We've got the parking, we got the height, we got everything we need. We got a sky bridge over to the beach. It's perfect. So the question was, what are we going to do with it? So we could have it just be a normal condo hotel. And as Sherry mentioned, a condo hotel is basically a condo with the restriction you can't live there year round. You can only use it for 90 days a year. Why? Because the city wants the density to build tourist units so they get bed taxes and start making in more revenue. So they're like, we'll give you the density, build a nice hotel, but you got to be a hotel. It can't be a condo. We said, okay. So then we're like, all right, what are we going to do? So we could have branded it, not branded it, kept it independent. It would have done fine either way. So we started interviewing the different brands and met with Hyatt, Hilton, everyone up and down, and then met with Marriott. And as you guys know, Marriott is the 900-pound gorilla, right? It is the beast. It is the number one hotel management company in the world, and with the biggest Bonvoy membership, which Teresa will talk about later. So when they came to town, they said, okay, we want this. We want you guys to choose us because it's us interviewing the brands, right? And they said, this is what we want. This is why we want you to choose us. And they said, let's zoom out. We were sitting in the conference room going with them. And they said, doing the market research, as we've done ours as well, they said, when you live in Madeira Beach, and I live in Madeira Beach, and if you were to come visit me and you wanted something really nice to stay in, I have decent places for you to stay, but I don't have anything really nice for you to stay. So I'd have to send you down to the Don Cesar in St. Pete Beach, down to the Vinoy Hotel. It's another autograph collection, by the way, in downtown St. Pete's beautiful. Or I got to send you up to Clearwater Beach, where I have JWs and there's a Ritz being built, and Opal Sand, Sam Pearl, all the nicer hotels where you can go below $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a night in a hotel room. But there's nothing in between. So what we did, remember I asked you to put your hotel owner hat on. Let's build a beautiful high-end luxury resort where we have no competition and basically a 30-minute drive in any direction. And there's no land to really build a competitor in the meantime. So if you were to ask me if I wanted to build a nice luxury hotel in Clearwater Beach, I'd say no, because it's saturated. There's 10 other opportunities there. But if you ask me to build one in Madeira Beach, I'm going to go, let's go. Right. So we decided to go with Marriott, and they wanted to go up to the Autograph Collection, which is very high end. So I'm going to bring you into what we're actually building. So this is the Marriott BEACHMAKER Resort, which sits on 2.5 acres connected to the 515 foot of beach right here.